Are you ready for Late Night Lunkers? Stick around. Hey folks, Keith here at Chicken Thigh Fishing. Sun's about to go down, so you know what time that is. It's late night lunker time. Yes sir, the weather is here. We're getting after it. Don't need these sunglasses because the sun's going down. We're gonna get ourselves some hogs. Let's go. It's mid-May, it's beautiful, and we should be able to find some really hungry pre-spawners. This time of day, right before dusk, right before the sun goes down, I like to start off running a crankbait in all directions. Now that I'm up against this tree line, I'm going to go ahead and start tossing a spinner bait in up shallow and see if they're staged up shallow at all. Now, a lot of times at night, I talk to you about throwing at the shore and throwing at rocks. And so now, since the sun's not down yet, you're going to be able to see exactly what I'm talking about if you're somebody who's looking for a little bit of instruction or tips. So these are the kind of rocks here that I would be throwing directly at with a chatterbait, with a jig, with a creature bait, with a spinner bait. There we go, right on the rock. right on a rock. You can live doing that all night long. Nice fish. First fish of the night. Yahoo! So I can't emphasize enough. When I say at a rock, I mean at a rock. I landed my spinnerbait on the rock right in front of it, and that's where he was, and he blasted it. Sometimes they'll hit it right away, sometimes they'll follow it out a ways, but more often than not, as soon as it hits the water, they smash it. The wind's taking me through here a little more quickly than I want to, so I think I'm gonna spend some time spinning around and going through this a few times, because I'm sure he's not the only one on this shoreline. And I can feel some rocks that my spinnerbait is bouncing off, and so I guarantee we're going to hit a couple of more here. They're going to be in those rocks, and I'm pulling that spinnerbait just fast enough for the blades to flutter right over those rocks, and somebody's going to come up and slam it. All right, there's a good one right there. Wow. Boy, did he blast that. I don't know how I'm going to get this one out. That's a good fish. Look at how far he took that spinnerbait in his mouth. Just absolutely smoked it. That fish engulfed that spinnerbait deeper than I've ever seen a fish take a spinnerbait. The whole body of the spinnerbait was down his throat, and he lost a lot of blood with me getting that out of there. I tossed him back in, and you feel awful when you know they lost blood. And he floated for a few minutes, and he just sprang to life and swam away. So I got him back in the water as soon as I could. But man, he just inhaled that spinnerbait. I'll tell you what, if that's any indication, we're going to be getting some ferocious hits tonight. I just got a really good hit, and he just got my soft plastic trailer. So I'm going to go back after him. Since he didn't get the hook, he'll probably hit again. Well, he didn't hit that again. And just to let you know, if I was convinced that was a giant, I would be staying here and throwing a worm, throwing a jig, and trying to get him to hit different things. But I could tell by the hit that he was a good fish, maybe a 2-pounder or something like that. But I'm not going to throw it in there because that's a super gnarly tree, and I'm probably going to lose some tackle doing it. But if I thought he was a Larry, I'd stay here for a half hour trying to get him. All right, I'm going to change up to a chatterbait, and I'm going to throw a Z-Man big blade chatterbait. It's kind of a blue and pumpkin green mixture, and I'm using a boot tail Zaco 4-inch soft plastic trailer. I'm using this big blade. We're going to get an extra bit of thump, and we're going to get an extra bit of thump from that boot tail. And now as far as the retrieve goes on this big blade, I am not burning this at all. I am pulling it very slowly, very slow retrieve, and letting that big blade go boom, 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 boom. And the tail on that boot tail, so it's making an awful lot of ruckus under the water, and I'm going real slow. So when somebody hits this, they're going to get a beat on it, and they are going to smash it. All right, I'm going to go back to a spinnerbait. Didn't get anything on that chatterbait yet, but I'm definitely going back to that later. I'm going to switch up to a black one that I have rigged up because that last bass messed up that other one, and I don't want to take the time to fix it right now. So we're going to throw this black one. All right, little guy there on the spinner. All right, one on a chatterbait. Now I hadn't caught a fish in about a half hour, and so I just thought I'd change up. Didn't catch one on that big blade blue chatterbait, so I switched off and I went from a 3/4 ounce to a 1/2 ounce, and I went to black and red, and I went to a Kitech swim bait as opposed to a Zaco. So I changed the size and the shape and the sound with the different size blade on the chatterbait. And my second cast with it, I caught a fish. So, I mean, hey, sometimes you just got to change what you're throwing. There's another one. Wow. Right after that, next cast. Awesome. See if we can do that again. All right, temperatures dropping, winds picking up. I'll keep going. See if we can get that big one. I just pulled up to a completely different area, a completely different island. I was way over there on a peninsula shooting at those rocks. Quieted down, hit those couple when I changed my color and size chatterbait. We'll try this island that I got in front of me. Boy. No doubt about it. Hitting hard. Small fish. Hitting like a big fish. Right, stroking them. I mean, we're killing them. All about the same size. Time to replace that soft plastic trailer. Lost my tail, so you got to check them as you go along. Sometimes you can last 6, 8, 10 fish. Other times you got to change it almost every fish depending on how they're hitting it and what they're doing to it. So I'm going to replace that soft plastic trailer there and go after that big one. Those are the perils of night fishing. Sometimes you can see well and you have good depth perception casting towards the shore. Other times, that's just the way it goes. So, if you're going to be fishing at night, you got to be prepared to lose tackle, that's for sure. right, I believe that's our best fish of the night so far. Big, strong fish. Awesome. They're hitting that chatterbait. Another good one right there. Ooh. All right, another pretty one, another good one. I'll take those all night, but that's still not what we're looking for. Ooh, it's cold. The temperature's cold, but the bite ain't cold. I'm staying at it. I think we got a big one in us. I'm banking on it. Well, another one about the same size. Nice fish, but not the big one. Well, folks, we got him good. We didn't get that donkey we were looking for, but we sure hit him good. Every fish we got tonight was on a rock or on an island, on the brush, the trees, the bushes that overhang right at the shoreline. Undoubtedly one of the best techniques for night fishing for bass. So once you find that pattern, you stick to it and you just nail them. They were hitting so hard, and all we needed to use tonight was a spinnerbait and a chatterbait. They were just crushing it. Hey, we'll see you next time. It's great to have you on board. We appreciate you very much. We hope you're enjoying the channel, and we really hope you're enjoying season number 2 on Chicken Thigh Fishing. We'll see you next time, and until then, stay fishing, my friends.